Very bad. Media portrays a lot of high schools as kids are just doing what they want and they give very minimum education. So how does your district combat this stereotype that we have of public education?
Well, you're absolutely correct. Without sounding as though I'm going to be media bashing, the media has a tendency to want to sell news. And generally speaking, news of a negative consequence sells better than of a positive consequence. So first and foremost, we spend a great deal of time publicizing the good news and the good things that are happening in our school district and the successes that our students are achieving. So we spend every day effort in getting that news out. The other thing is to invite the public into our schools through our mentoring program, our volunteer program. I've been involved in education for 36 years, 26 as a superintendent of schools, and very seldom have I ever felt fearful of being in and around any one of our high schools, certainly middle schools or elementary schools. And so it is in Fort Bend. There is not one concern that I have at all about the health and safety of our students in each of the schools. So when the public has a chance to experience what's really going on inside the schoolhouse, they can draw their own conclusions as well. But it is a challenge each and every day because negative news typically is profiled first over the good things that are happening. But we work really hard at trying to maintain a positive profile.
Tammy Campbell, Dr. Jenney, and I would like to know, you addressed what you're doing for the non-English speaking students in reference to diversity in the ESL. However, I would like to know, what are you doing to encourage all students to embrace the diversity in Fortbend ISD and to prepare them to compete in a global industry?
Okay. I'll get used to this in about 10 minutes. The challenge is multifaceted. And we have several programs that are in place to assist students in melding with one another. One that comes to mind is No Place for Hate. And we've received a recognition from the Anti-Defamation League for that program. And there are others that are in place to provide a model and instruction for each of our students and their relative ethnicity. We have at the elementary level character links, which talks about a trait every week that assists in the treatment of people, human beings, with and for one another. So we address it as a positive and a proactive approach. Relative to the global environment, that is our mantra. And we take advantage of a lot of our diversity to exemplify what our global society will look like. Our curriculum expresses that need and that advantage, and the academy structure that we're building across the school district. For example, we added last year a Global Languages Academy, and we're in year 2 of that program now. So those are a few of the initiatives that we've implemented to try and capitalize on the diversity of the system and to prepare our students for a global tomorrow.
My name is Arnold Goldberg. I'm with Houston Community College. My question is based on some data that I received. About 70% of incarcerated people are high school dropouts. What is Fortbend ISD doing to prevent high school dropouts?
As you can appreciate, a multifaceted solution. There's no one silver bullet, but let me say, first of all, we recognize that the signs of a youngster starting to fail don't begin in high school. They generally start to manifest themselves in middle school. And so we have support systems in place to assist students who are struggling at the middle school. And by the way, there's something very interesting going on. Representative Olivo can relate to this. With about 50% of the school districts in the state have a policy on minimum grading of providing a 50 as the minimum grade. And the legislature passed a law this year that says that teachers are required to give their actual grades on assignments, which could be 20 or 10 or 15 or 30. But the intent of the minimum grade of a 50 is to assist the student, which is still failing, but at least gives them, in terms of a credit recovery process with intensive remediation, gives them a chance to pass. If you actually give a 20, then they're out of luck. There's no way possible for them to succeed. So right now we're battling the commissioner's interpretation. The commissioner has interpreted the law, which says an actual grade on an assignment, to mean a grade. So we're involved in that, but we think that will be counterproductive to providing the student with an opportunity to be remediated without losing faith and just dropping out altogether. Many of our schools have cluster programs for those who have tested poorly. We have ample opportunities for remediation and tutorial services. We've ramped up our enforcement of truancy, because truancy is one of the first steps toward dropping out for obvious reasons. If they're not in school, they can't learn. If they can't learn, they can't pass the courses, which has been met with mixed feelings, I might add, because we've enforced it. That's caused us to write a large number of citations which send the family to court. But we've found with the change this year in sending, once the student has 3 unverified or unacceptable absences, they're offered an opportunity to go to a class with their parents on, the realities of dropouts and truancy and things of that nature. And that doesn't approach the whole process of teaching and learning, engaging the student in the educational process to try and keep them interested in the activity. So those are a few of the things we're doing.